When you think about safety in the workplace, what comes to mind? For many, it's their physical well-being, especially when working in labor-intensive industries like mining. But what about the threat of sexual harassment and gender-based violence in the workplace? Anglo American has done research in correlation between culture, productivity, and physical safety. Sustainability Engagement Head Hermien Botes speaks to us now. Very good morning to you, Hermien. We appreciate your time. Now, when you look at the age-old definition of safety in the workplace, it's more literal. It's about physical safety, but that has changed a little bit now, hasn't it?
It has, and it used to be appropriate in an environment where there were a lot of men working, and really the threat was about physical safety. Now we realize that emotional harm and harm related to sexual harassment can be as significant, if not more so, than the standard physical type harm that you would associate with safety stats.
All right, so about 12% of the mining workforce is female now. Safety takes on a much wider scope. What are some of the issues that women are dealing with?
So it's 12% across the industry. Anglo American's figures are more like 25%, so still a very small proportion, but getting there, I guess. The issues faced by women, and let's face it, men too, although they'd be less likely to talk about it, there's a vulnerability attached to being a minority in a very male-dominated industry. And sexual harassment can be anything from the physical type harassment that you probably think about when you think about sexual harassment, or it can be things like staring, leering, inappropriate jokes. And aside from the sexual harassment side of things, there's still a lot of very harmful stereotypes in mining, and a view often that women still don't belong there. And it's that kind of feeling at work that disengages people and leads to poor safety performance.
So Anglo American have done plenty of research on this topic in terms of the correlation between culture, productivity, and physical safety in mining. What have been some of the findings from your research?
Sure. So you can look at it in a few different ways, but essentially engaged employees are 5 times less likely than non-engaged employees to have a safety incident, and 7 times less likely to have a lost time safety incident, meaning an incident that results in having to take some time off. So the top 25% of performing operations on employee engagement have half the number of incidents than those at the bottom 25% in terms of employee engagement.
Yeah. Now, having discovered all these findings, what are some of the interventions that you have or will be embarking on?
Sure. So these are all, let me go back and say that a lot of this isn't new. The notion that people who want to be at work, happy at work, want to contribute more and go that extra mile, including being safe. What we're arguing for, though, is that broader definition of safety, which means a whole range of different behaviors that one needs to consider when it comes to employee engagement. What we've done in many parts of the business is completely overhaul the infrastructure, the physical environment that we work in, from different change houses and new change houses sometimes to the personal protective equipment that's suitable for women, shift structures that are more suitable, lactation rooms, improved surveillance in parts of the mine that women feel less safe. We have 15% of our workforce being trained as mental health first aiders who are able to identify and support anyone for whatever reason is feeling safe in a work environment. We're also hiring more women. I think real change will come when you have a diverse set of leadership at the top who intuitively understand the needs of all of their employees. The Living with Dignity program extends beyond the workplace, but I'm touching on really what's happening inside. Another big thing is that every single employee is being trained on our bullying, harassment, and victimization policy and being very clear on what behaviors are acceptable and which aren't.
Yeah. Right. Some major strides being made there. Thank you very much, Hermien. We'll leave it there. Hermien Botes, Head of Sustainability Engagement at Anglo American.